approach, Your Honor?
Yes. Can you imagine how mad some people must be? Okay, Mr. Farmer, I did get handed the plea form you signed, and you entered a plea of no contest. Did anybody force you or threaten you to do that today?
No, ma'am.
And you understand if you're not a U.S. citizen, entering a plea today could subject you to deportation?
Yes.
Okay.
I am one, though. I've
Okay.
always been an American.
Perfect. So I'm going to go ahead and adjudicate you guilty. I am going to sentence you to
3 days.
3 days in the Orange County Jail with credit for the 3 days that you previously served. I'll release you from this charge and this charge only. I am going to order that you not return to the housing at 55 West Church Street. And because you did resolve that case, was he? No, that was, we just brought him back for that. Okay, never mind, he's good to go then. Thank you.
I do get released today, right?
Yep, yes, sir. It'll take you just just a bit for them to process you
Okay.
and court costs.
Thank
A year
you.
to pay. Yep.
I'm here, supposed to.
Okay, good afternoon, sir. Are you Willie Sapp?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, good afternoon, Mr. Sapp. You're here on case number 2023 CF 1607AO. I did review the charging affidavit. I am finding that there's probable cause. I'll go ahead and appoint the public defender's office to represent you. I just wanted to look at one thing. So because the alleged victim age is at 13, he is entitled to a bond, correct?
I don't need no bond.
Yes, Your Honor, he's entitled to a bond. State's asking for $50,000.
Okay, so Mr. Stepp, like I said, you do have the public defender's office. I'll go ahead and set the bond in the amount of $50,000. I do want to note that you're not to have any contact with the alleged victim in this case. You're also not to have any contact with any children under the age of 18. Okay, good luck to you, sir. Thank you. Okay, good afternoon, Ms. Wells. Are you Regina Wells?
Yes.
Okay, so ma'am, you're here on 23 MM 795AO. It's a charge of trespass. Did you want to try to see if we could resolve this today, or did you just want to bond out?
Oh, there was an offer, Your Honor. The offer from the state was the adjudication, credit time served, and no return to 455 Garland Avenue. Is it North Garland? I think it's the Lenox bus station without a valid ticket, Your Honor. And Ms. Wells would like to accept the state's offer and enter plea of no contest.
Okay. Okay, so Ms. Wells, yes, thank you. We're gonna get your steps in today. Ms. Wells, I have the plea form that you signed. Did you have any questions about any of the rights that are on the form? No, and your attorney indicated that you're gonna enter a plea of no contest. Did anybody force you or threaten you to enter a plea today?
No.
Okay, so ma'am, I will go ahead and accept your plea. I'll adjudicate you guilty. I'll sentence you to 2 days in the Orange County Jail with credit for the 2 days that you've previously served. I'll release you from this charge and this charge only. I am gonna order that you not return to the Lynx bus station at 455 Garland Avenue, but without a bus ticket or some type of ticket for the bus or the train. And then there are court costs, but I'll give you a year to pay that money back. Okay, ma'am, you are all set. Thank you. Good luck to you. Okay, good afternoon, sir. Are you David Camp? David Camp?
Oh, no. Hold on, I'm sorry, Your Honor. Hold on. Just hang on.
Okay, good afternoon, Mr. Camp. You're here on case number 2023 MM794AO. It's a trespass charge. Would you like to try to resolve the case today or set it off for later?
No, please take care of it today. I have a pregnant wife at home. I really need to get.
Okay,
The offer from the state is an adjudication of guilt, credit time served, no return to 8601 South Orange Blossom Trail. Mr. Camp would like to accept the state's offer and enter a plea of no contest.
okay, so Mr. Camp, you signed the plea form. Did you have any questions about any of the rights that are on this form?
No, ma'am.
And she's indicated you're entering a plea of no contest. Did anyone force you or threaten you to do that here today?
No, ma'am.
You understand if you're not a U.S. citizen, entering into a plea could subject you to deportation.
Yes.
So I will go ahead and accept your plea. I will adjudicate you guilty. I'll give you credit for the 2 days that you served previously, and I'll release you for this charge and this charge only. I am going to order that you not return back to 8601 South Orange Blossom Trail and then pay court costs, which I'll give you a year to do. Okay, you have any questions?
Nope, I don't. Thank you.
You're all set. Thank you, sir. Okay, how about, are we at Andrew, is it Chinchar? Okay, and sir, you're here on 2021, it's in Division 15, 2021 CF 15185AO. This is a capias that was issued by the trial judge. It does have a bond set at none. I'll go ahead and appoint the public defender's office if they were not previously appointed, and they'll try to get you a bond hearing in front of that trial judge. Okay?
Yes.
Thank you, sir. Good luck.
Thank you.
And are you Brandon Paul Brantley?
Yes.
Okay, and Mr. Brantley, you are here on case number 2023 CF 1596AO.
Yes.
I did review the charging affidavit in this case. I am finding that there's probable cause. I believe in the box, this should be Destiny Gerard.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And Ms. Gerard, I think you've heard on some of these cases, I normally issue a no contact order. By you being here today, are you telling me that you're in agreement with that no contact order, or were you hoping to have contact with him?
I'm not sure, ma'am, because in all honesty, this is my first time doing this, and we do share kids together, and we do stay at the same residence. So in a lot of ways, I would still have to have contact with him since we do not have a formal custody order in place.
Okay. can't give you any legal advice. I can only tell you that if I issue the no contact order, then that obviously keeps the two of you away from each other completely.
Yes.
Now, I can add in if there was somebody that you both felt comfortable with as like a third party that might be able to talk about the children, or if you even felt comfortable talking to him about the children, I could limit it that way.
That's fine.
Otherwise, only other thing I could do is issue a no hostile contact, which means no fighting, no arguing, things of that nature.
I'm okay with that.
You're okay with the no hostile?
No hostile, because obviously we still have to have contact regarding our children.
Okay. But my other concern is you are living together right now. Are you wanting him to come home or are you wanting him to move out?
This isn't my residence, ma'am. Obviously, this is his residence. The landlord was the one who made the call yesterday, and it was not to report the incident that occurred. It was to try to get me trespassed, but I legally reside there. I'm not gonna ask him to leave his residence. I'm trying to find out if I can utilize my resources so I can find a different residence. Right now, that's still taking me time.
Sure. And the only way that either Mr. Brantley or his landlord can get either of you out of there is to evict you, and there is a process.
Yes, ma'am, I understand that.
So that would, I mean.
Oh, I
it's
understand
not
that.
what you really
They let
want to
him know
have
that
happen.
yesterday, but he didn't call to report what had gone on. He called to try to get me trespassed.
I gotcha. Okay, so if I'm understanding you correctly, you're okay with him coming home, you're okay with having the no hostile contact, and being together that way?
For now.
For now.
That works for me.
Yeah, absolutely.
The
Okay,
state be heard, Your Honor?
yeah,
Just based off the nature of the charges and given the situation that the victims, and the state would be requesting that the court order separate residences, no contact except for electronic about the children. While I understand the situation and the testimony that the victim's given, I do have concerns for safety, especially based on the fact that this is a strangulation case. And I think that for the safety of the victim and the children, it would be best to place a no contact order now, and then it can be modified at a later point if the victim wishes.
Ms. Gerard, what are your thoughts on that?
I do believe that we should have separate residences. I don't believe that that is a safe environment or a safe situation to be putting my kids around. I don't know. I don't know. I understand the concerns. I do believe that that is not a good situation, but I don't know what else to do at this point, to be perfectly honest.
Well, let me ask you a question. Have you been contacted by DCF?
No.
No, not yet? Okay, so they may reach out to you. Here's what I'm gonna do. I think it's gonna make it a little bit easier. I'm gonna go ahead and keep the no contact order in place.
Okay.
So no contact and maintain separate residences. I'll allow that the two of you can contact each other through electronic communication, so whether it be email or text messages, but something so there's always,
What do I do if he blocks my number? If he blocks my communication, what do I do then?
technically you can go to the police because they're your children, and if he keeps, I mean, right now you have the children, so I don't think he'd want you to block his number. But yeah, if he took the kids and then blocked your number so that you couldn't try to get them back, then you have the ability to contact law enforcement and let them know that you both have custody of your children and he can't keep you from your children,
Okay.
okay? But I'll just put in there the no contact order that you can communicate via electronically, so that you can contact just in regards to the children. I think what that will do is allow you to have a little bit of time to try to get your bearings and maybe get on your own.
Okay.
And then once you've moved out, you can always, say, I've moved out if you need to get back in or whatever happens. Because I have a feeling DCF's going to force you to do that as well,
Okay.
quite honestly. Mr. Brantley, I will allow you to return to the home one time with law enforcement officers so that you can retrieve any belongings that you may need. I will also order that you not possess any weapons or firearms and that you abide by any plan that DCF puts into place. As far as the monetary amounts, I'll go ahead and release you on a $1,000 bond on count 1 and a $100 bond on count 2.
Your Honor, he qualifies for pretrial release. Given that he's gonna have to find somewhere else to live, I would ask for pretrial release.
Sorry, I was looking at the wrong. Give me 1 second. There he goes. Okay. Yeah, I apologize. I was looking at the wrong sheet for him. So, Mr. Brantley, you do qualify for straight pretrial release. So instead of you having to pay the monetary bond, it'll be straight pretrial release, but with the same conditions. Okay. Let me just ask her, ma'am, do you have any other questions for me?
I do. Before they took him, the officer that came out let me know that I was being brought up on misdemeanor battery charges as well. But I have yet to be formally informed of that besides him saying so or see anything about that, be served any papers, nothing.
It's possible that, yes. So what he indicated in the back of the charging affidavit was that he thought that there was probable cause to file charges of battery against you,
Yes.
but that he was going to file that with the state attorney's office. So they call that filing at large. So it'll go to the state attorney's office, and then they will decide if they're going to file charges on you. If they do, they're not going to come and just arrest you. They'll actually come and serve you to come to court.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay. Thank you.
Sir, did you have any other questions?
No.
Okay. Okay, you're both free to go. Thank you so much
Thank
and
you.
good luck.
Oh, man.
Michael Edgar?
Yes, ma'am.
Hi, good afternoon, Mr. Edgar. You are here on case number 2023 CF161580.
That's my case number?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I did read over the charging affidavit. I am finding that there's probable cause. I'll appoint the public defender's office to represent you. In reading the charging affidavit, I will go ahead and give you a $1,000 bond on the charge. However, the conditions are that you have no contact with your mother-in-law. Now, obviously, that's going to mean that you're going to need to find someplace else to live. Do you have someplace else that you might be able to hang out?
No, ma'am. I don't have no family, and I'm not working, so
Do you have a friend that would maybe let you stay on their couch or maybe get some money together to stay at a hotel?
I don't think so. I don't know. I'll have to figure something out. I mean,
Okay. Well, you're going to need to find someplace else to stay. I mean, I certainly understand this is your mother-in-law. Well, it's not your mom, it's your mother-in-law, so it's not quite the same thing. But if there are chances that this, relationship needs to be put back together, that's something that can happen. You would just have to get back in front of the trial judge. Because I have appointed the public defender's office to represent you, they do have social services that might also be able to help you. But I will allow you to return one time with law enforcement officers so you can retrieve some belongings. I'll also order that you not possess any weapons or firearms.
no, I don't have no weapons.
Okay, that's perfect. About the no contact with your mother-in-law. You need to maintain a separate residence, but because you can't return back there, but I will let you return one time with law enforcement officers so you can retrieve some belongings. And you're not to possess any weapons or firearms, which you said you don't have, so you're good.
Yeah, like I say, I don't own no fire weapons.
Okay, then that won't be an issue for you.
So, you're saying,
There's your bond. You can't go back, but you can go back once, gather your items. What line?
how am I gonna pay it?
You what?
How much is that? Oh, yeah,
Sign the no contest.
so, I have to go back to my, the jail, or?
Yeah.
Yeah. So like I stay until I bond out, right?
Mhm.
How much you say it is? I've been trying to call family, now I can't, nobody,
If you can't, then you have to call the attorney and see what they
cause
can do.
I have to need some help, cause I have problems, I have my vision, it's not all that good, and I can't, you know, I ain't really not seeing that good.
You want me to write it bigger? Is that what it is?
Yeah. I mean, I don't work, man,
Like you can't see it.
it's like when I use a phone, it's like, and that's, you know, I'm working. So she said I can go back home, right?
No.
I mean, what about my clothes and stuff?
One time, law enforcement, call law enforcement, and then they'll go with me to get clothes.
So once I get out, where I don't know, I don't have no place to go.
Yeah, you can't go back home.
So so if I come up with $100 today, I can get out?
Yes.
Okay, good afternoon, ma'am. Are you Cheryl Hayes?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Ms. Hayes, you are here on case number 2023 CF1595AO. I have reviewed the charging affidavit in this case. I am finding that there's probable cause. I'll go ahead and appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. At- So does she still doesn't qualify because of everything?
Charge doesn't qualify, Your Honor.
Okay, so ma'am, at this time, I am gonna go ahead and appoint the public defenders, like I said. I'll set your bond in the amount of $5,000. I am gonna order that you have no contact with the victim in this case. And that you not return to the scene, and that you also not possess any weapons or firearms. Good luck to you, ma'am.
1,000?
No, 5.
5, okay, sorry, thank you.
Do a no return, Your Honor. You just did a maintain separate residence? Because this occurred at her uncle's house where she resides. He resides somewhere else.
I misunderstood. I thought it was the alleged victim's uncle house. So, yeah, no, so just no contact with the victim.
Maintain separate resident.
I don't know that, yeah, she's not gonna live with her ever, so. Yeah, yes, ma'am, thank you.
If they- call the attorney for them.
Okay, good afternoon, sir. Are you Houston Hillis?
No, ma'am. I'm Bagley.
Did I go on the wrong?
He was felony DV. Felony domestic violence. They moved him to the back.
Follow me?
Bagley?
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm trying to tell her.
Oh, okay.
Oh. Jajuan Bagley?
Yes, ma'am.
I found it. I don't know how, but. Okay, so this was a case in 2022 CF 1211780. It appears it's a probable cause order. Count 1 is burglary of a dwelling with an assault or battery. It's a PBL. The bond's been set at none. Criminal mischief is $150. I do have that the conditions are to have no contact with the victim or witnesses.
Your Honor, I am gonna ask that you use your discretion in this particular case to set a bond. The facts aren't egregious. It just appears that he goes to the house, they have an argument, she closes the door, and, I guess it just says he kicks the front door. When he goes back in the house, he asks her why she slammed the door in his face, and then she gets pushed into the TV. He doesn't have an extensive history, no convictions, some arrests. The last DV was with this victim, however, they no info due to the victim not moving forward on the charges. So because of that, I am asking that you set a bond. I believe that if you do the no contact order, that would be sufficient. He doesn't have any violations of a no contact order, but he's never been convicted of anything.
All right, and I have no contact with the victim at all.
Trial judge is the one that signed the receipt. This was actually signed.
Yes, Your Honor, but they always come in, the DV comes in at no bond.
Go back and
Not for you.
her statement. So hold on. If you read her statement, she says, I invited him to visit my residence with his friend. When it came time for him to leave, he started asking me if he moved back in because I kicked him out about 2 months ago. I told him no. He started trying to argue with me, so I shut my door and locked it. He became upset, kicked my front door open. I grabbed my phone and called 911, and while I was on the while charging at me and pushed me with his fist into my living room. He doesn't live here. He's no longer welcome to my residence. I'd like to press charges.
I'm not disputing that this occurred, Your Honor. All I'm saying is you have the discretion to set bond regardless of if it is a PBL. I'm asking based on his history, and it appears they go back and forth with the DV, that if you do the no contact order, he's not allowed to return, period. He has no convictions for battery, nothing. The last case you dropped in 2021, I don't think it warrants holding him at no bond based on his history.
What's the state's position?
Your Honor, we'll leave it in the discretion of the court. If he's ordered no return, no contact, that should satisfy it. As for the monetary amount, though, I'll leave it at the court's discretion. I do understand it came in as a no bond because of the charge. I believe it has to come in that way so that it can be set by a judge once he is seen.
Judge Harris comes after me, I'm going to send her to your house. I will go ahead, I'll set him at, let's do a $5,000 bond on count 1, and then she gave him $150 on count 2. No contact, maintain separate residence, no return, no weapons, no firearms.
I'm a shower. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Sir, what's your name? What's your name?
Hillis, Your Honor. My name is Hillis, Your Honor.
Houston is your first name?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. So, Mr. Hillis, sir, you're here on case number 2023 MM77AW. I did review the charging affidavit in this case. I am finding that there's probable cause. I'll go ahead and appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. Sir, let me start off with something kind of easy. Well, it's easier. Did you... I think they may have understood. So you're on disability, but you also work?
I have 90% from the Army, but at the same time, I'm a drill sergeant candidate, at the same time working for the Sheriff Department, ma'am.
Okay. So are you always bringing home $1,800 every 2 weeks?
Every 2 weeks, but I use most of the money to pay for my daughter's bills and all the things that, you know, my wife and my daughter want. I go to work, they spend the money, and I just continue to just keep working. Ma'am, Your Honor, can I say something?
I would recommend.
Hold on, I'm just trying to get you a public defender first, so let's go through that first. So,
Your Honor, I'm just stuck in a small, like, cell right now.
you what?
I'm stuck in a small cell right now, and I feel like I'm like I don't know how to explain it. It's not good feeling for me. You know what I mean?
I understand. I wouldn't want to be in a small cell either.
Well, because I'm PC, I'm not like everybody else. But I wish I could just be like everybody else instead of being stuck in one little thing and nobody around, nothing, and it scares me.
Okay. Well, let me ask this. So I'm a little confused because on the charging affidavit, it has a Naples address, but then you have a Georgia address. Is Georgia where you're currently stationed?
Georgia is where I live. I don't know where the Naples address even came from. I didn't say anything to them about Naples.
Did you ever live in
Right.
Naples that they got it like from a driver's?
I used to live in, yeah, they probably have it from my driver's license.
Okay, that makes sense then. Okay.
Yes, Your Honor.
So let's see. So I'm gonna go ahead based on the debts and things, go ahead and determine that you do qualify for the state attorney's office, for the public defender's office, and I will go ahead and appoint them to represent you. Now, so you understand, without your wife here today, I have to issue a no contact order between the two of you. That means that you're not gonna be able to see her, call her, text message her, send her any cards, letters, or gifts. I'm not saying that this is something that's gonna be permanent for the rest of your life by any stretch, but until this case is resolved, or until you get in front of Judge McGinnis, the trial judge on this case, that's the way that has to be. Do you have someplace else that you can stay?
Your Honor, she's here at her cousin's house, and I think my wife set this up so she can come here. She's been saying that she's gonna leave me, and she says she's gonna call the police on me for nothing because she doesn't want me around. And I feel like that's what she did. She gave me the drinks, got me drunk.
Okay, stop talking about that. I would recommend you not.
Well, I don't want you to tell me about the facts of your case. I'm trying to figure out if we can get you out of the jail.
Yes, Your Honor, I have a place to stay.
You do have a place to stay?
Yes.
Okay, that's what I'm concerned about.
And my wife is probably gonna stay here at her cousin's house. That's what she wanted to do. I just wanted to go back to Georgia and go continue working and doing what I do best.
Okay. So what I'm gonna do is go ahead and set your bond at $500 with the no contact order. You're to maintain a separate residence from your wife. If there's any belongings left at where she is that you need to retrieve, I'll allow you to pick those up one time with law enforcement officers. I have no objection to you going back to Georgia. I just don't, you can't possess any weapons or firearms.
Yeah, I don't have those in the jail anyways.
Okay, okay. So you're all set then. Okay, good luck to you, sir. Thank you.
Yes, Your Honor.
Matthew Morales? Hi, good afternoon, Mr. Morales. Is your date of birth July 27th of 1986?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. You're here on case number 2023 MM809. This is a domestic violence charge. I am finding that there's probable cause. Were you hoping that you could get the public defender's office appointed, or were you trying to see if you could hire your own attorney?
I was gonna work with the public defender.
Okay. So let me ask you a question. You get paid every 2 weeks at your job? And is this $1,500 without fail, you always get that amount?
Give or take. It just depends.
Does it ever go down?
It does go down, ma'am.
How low does it go down?
Somewhere probably around 12. Depends on the hours for the week.
Sure, sure. And then year 4, do you, you owe money on it, or it's completely paid?
I still owe money on it.
Are you upside down in it?
I'm sorry.
Are you upside down in it? Meaning, do you think you owe more on it
Oh,
than it's
no.
worth?
It's just about paid off, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, based on those couple of things, I think I can appoint the public defender's office to represent you. They're gonna get some information so you can contact the attorney that's gonna be representing you. Now, without, Ms. Nunez here today, I do have to issue a no contact order. Do you have someplace else that you can stay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
Only here for the weekend as well.
okay, okay. So what I'll do, sir, is I'll go ahead and put that, I'll release you on a straight pretrial release. That way you don't have to bond out with any monetary money. The only conditions are the no contact order, that you not return to her location. If you do need to get your belongings back, you can do so one time with law enforcement officers. And I'm just gonna order that you not possess any weapons or firearms. Okay? Good luck to you, sir. Thank you.
Ma'am.
Okay, good afternoon. Are you Mr. Ocasio?
Okay.
And, sir, you are here on case number 2023 MM3802. And I am going to assume that this is Miss Joanna Kringle?
Maren Kringle.
Okay. Ma'am, can I have you raise your right hand for me? Do you swear or affirm that you will tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. So, ma'am, you've heard me talking to these cases about the no contact order. Are you here to tell me that you're in agreement with the no contact order, or were you looking for something different?
Contact.
You want the no contact?
No, I want contact.
You do want contact?
Yes.
Okay.
with my husband.
And if I do a no hostile contact where it's no fighting, no arguing, things of that nature, do you still feel like you'll be safe?
No, none of that took place.
Okay, but you're not, just listen to what I'm saying. So if I issue a no hostile contact order where you can't fight or argue with each other, are you going to continue to feel safe in your life?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. So, Mr. Ocasio, you do qualify for pretrial release, so I will go ahead and release you on a straight pretrial release. That means you don't have to pay any money to get out of jail. The only conditions are that you have no hostile contact with Ms. Kringle and that you not possess any weapons or firearms. If I didn't say it, I meant to. I'm also appointing the public defender.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Ma'am, do you have any questions for me?
If we never had friction to have arguments, why would it? I don't need any hostile. There's no hostility ever.
Well, ma'am, the theory is that I have to,
Yeah.
it's my job to make sure that when people get out of jail, that they feel safe on both sides.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying, if I take away a no contact order and just only leave a no hostile contact, if you're telling me these things never happened before in the past anyway, then I'm assuming that that means that you would feel safe no matter what.
I do feel safe. Yeah.
Okay, so you're all good.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Alrighty.
Okay, thank you, sir. Everett Andrew?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Mr. Andrew, you're here on case number 2023 CF1605AO. I did review the charging affidavit in this case. I do find that there is probable cause. I'll go ahead and appoint the public defender's office to represent you. I will stay the bond at $1,000 on count 1. I'll reduce the bond to $150 on count 2. Okay, good luck to you, sir. Thank you. John Baggett? Okay, good afternoon, Mr. Baggett. You're here on case number 2023 CF1600AO. I have reviewed the charging affidavit in this case. I am finding that there's probable cause. I will go ahead and appoint the public defender's office to represent you. I am going to keep the bond set at $1,000 on count 1, but I will reduce the bond to $100 on count 2. Okay, good luck to you, sir. Thank you.
Can how do I get help I'm addicted to fentanyl.
Talk to your public defender. They have social services that you can talk to them about.
Charles Buchanan bonded.
Buchanan bonded, okay. How about Marco Kaysen?
What's the name?
Marco Kaysen? He bonded? Gregory Chance? Okay. And Mr. Chance, you're here on case number 2023 CF1598AO. I did review the charging affidavit in this case. I am finding that there's probable cause. You do qualify for pretrial release. Is it your intent to go back to Georgia?
Yes, only because that's where my family is. However, if I need to stay here, I can.
No, I was just gonna say, what I can do is release you on pretrial release and tell them that you're allowed to go back to Georgia if that's what you'd like, or you're also more than welcome to stay here.
No, I would like that, yes.
Okay, so what I'll do is by releasing you on the pretrial release, it means you don't have to put up any monetary bond to get out of jail. but I am going to include in the conditions of your release that you not possess any illicit substances or any drugs without a prescription. They are going to test you randomly, but I will go ahead and give you a 30-day grace period on that. But I am also going to appoint the public defender's office. Okay, good luck to you, sir. Thank you.
So you're ordering RUAs?
Yes.
Can I go back to Georgia?
Are you Brandon Corbett?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, good afternoon to Mr. Corbett. You are here on 2022 CF 1134400. This is an arrest warrant. It was signed by Judge Karsten. It is for possession of a controlled substance without a prescription. He did set your bond in the amount of $1,500. I'll go ahead and appoint the public defender's office to represent you. Okay? Good luck to you, sir. Thank you.
Calandra Jensen bonded,
How about Kelly Fields?
she also bonded,
Michael Flowers?
she refused.
I will waive, Your Honor.
Okay, this is an add-on charge, so on his case, 2023 CF 1575AO. Judge Strobridge signed a warrant. She set bond at $1,500 on count one, for a total of $1,500. I don't see any conditions, and I'll appoint the public defender's office to represent him, and they're waiving his appearance. How about Garcia Emmanuel?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Let's see. And Mr. Garcia, you are here on case number 2023 CF 1606AO.
I believe so.
I'm sorry?
I believe so,
You believe so? Okay.
ma'am.
Well, hopefully we're on the same page. So I did review the charging affidavit. I am going to go ahead and appoint the public defender's office to represent you.
Yes, ma'am.
Obviously, you're still here because you're currently out on bond on case number 2023 CF 1090AO.
Yes, ma'am.
You just got out of jail, but here's what I'll do, Mr. Garcia. It's such a new case, and they're not necessarily, well, they kind of are similar. But here's what I will do. I'll take no action on the case that you're out on bond, so I won't do anything with that. I am gonna give you a $2,000 bond on count one and keep $500 bond on count two. And please, I will appoint the public defender, but please make sure you don't get picked up on any more charges, okay?
So,
Your Honor, he has two cases.
That's what I thought.
And what was the,
No
I'm
bond.
sorry, on count
so
one?
the total bond will be 2,500?
No.
Ah! Okay, sorry. Hold on. I got 2023 CF 1606. I did a $2,000 bond on count one and $500 on count two for, yes, a total of $2,500. And he's got two cases. Oh, here we go.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me, Your Honor?
Oh, that's not good.
Yeah, he's not gonna,
Yeah, I don't know that that's gonna be an issue then. Here, let's just, I apologize, I didn't see this second charge, so let's do this. On the fleeing and attempting to elude, I'll do a $1,000 bond. On the resisting, I'll bring that down to 100. Then on the other case, which is 2023 CF 1618AO, the robbery, carjacking with a firearm, you're not entitled to a bond, so that bond's gonna be stayed at none. I will keep the bond at $5,000 on count two, and I'll drop the bond down to 150 on count three.
and I would, Your Honor,
And since you're
yeah.
being held without the bond, I think we'll just go ahead and revoke the bond in case number 2023 CF 1090AO. That way you can at least get credit for it. Okay, good luck to you, sir. Thank you.
You have to follow up.
Okay, good afternoon. Are you Gregory Harris?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Mr. Harris, you're here on case number 2023 CF 1597AO. I did review the charging affidavit in this case. I am finding that there's probable cause. I'll appoint the public defender's office to represent you. I didn't look, have they filed on the chart, on the underlying charges? Or the case that he's out on bond?
I believe he's in pretrial diversion, Your Honor.
Yes, kind of. I was told that it was a pretrial.
Diversion?
Yes, that's why I was coming to court this morning.
So here's what I'll do, sir. Because you're out with pretrial diversion, you're still out on bond on that charge, even though the bond may have been discharged. My guess is because of this new charge, they're probably going to kick you out of pretrial diversion. But I'll go ahead and take no action on the older case. But what I am going to do is on the new charges, on the possession of cocaine, I'm going to set your bond at $2,000. I'll keep count 2 at $1,000, and I'll keep count 3 at $250. And I'll appoint the public defender. But this way you have a bond and you can get out.
So I will be able to bond out.
Yeah,
Thank you so much.
you're very welcome, sir. Good luck. Jefferson Jean Louise,
Yes, ma'am.
is that you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, sir, you're here on case number 2023 CF 1588AO. I did review the charging affidavit in this case. I am finding that there's probable cause. I'll appoint the public defender's office to represent you. I am gonna stay the bond at $1,000 on count 1 and $150 on count 2. Okay, good luck to you, sir.
Ask a
Thank
question?
you.
May I ask a question?
How about ask her?
He has the VFO and CO.
Oh, about felony and special crime. Yeah, so they do have a hold on you for the 5 days.
Okay, good afternoon, sir. Are you Antonio Dwayne Johnson?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
And,
Mr. Johnson, you're here on case number 2023 CF 1578AO.
yeah, Your Honor, I believe me and the state had already spoken. We were gonna ask for a 24-hour reset. I believe on the grand theft of a motor vehicle, the grand theft of a firearm, that says see supplement. I did see for the robbery, I believe there wasn't, the victim ID'd him. Is that what you see as well, State? Because I don't have it printed, but what I saw was that the victim ID'd.
I gotta see where it is.
But we were horribly written PC affidavit, Your Honor.
Okay, so I'll give the state 24 hours to get some additional information. Mr. Johnson, because right now the charge, well, the fleeing and attempting to elude is holding you at a no bond, but you're actually entitled to a bond, as you are on the remaining charges, with the exception of the robbery of the firearm, but we just want to make sure we have everything before we make our determination. Okay, so it's not like you're going anywhere, but maybe tomorrow that may change, okay? So we'll bring you back tomorrow, thank you. Michael Johnson?
That's what they had me listed as.
What did your mom call you when you were born?
My name is Michael Conrad Shiva Joseph.
It
And
has an alias, Your Honor, on the,
I see it. Actually, the officer did write it. It has Michael, I think they just kind of mixed it up a little bit. On the UTC, it says Michael Shiva Conrad Joseph. But then on the,
Yeah, they had me booked as
and
Johnson.
then in the Egis arrest affidavit, it says Michael Shiva Conrad Johnson. But we've got all the names, they're just kind of not in the right order, so.
And Your Honor, I was gonna argue the PCS to the drug charges only.
Okay.
They weren't tested. In the affidavit, it doesn't state that neither the controlled substance or the cannabis was tested. But I think there's PC for everything else besides the 2 drug charges, Your Honor.
Does the state agree that the drugs were never tested?
Yes, Your Honor, the state agrees, and since he will be given bonds on the other charges, there's no need to reset. He can be ROR'd on the possession of cannabis and the possession of a controlled substance.
Okay. So, just get to this sheet. Okay, so Mr. Johnson, what I'll do is I'll give you $1,000 bond on count 1. I'll do a $2,500 bond on count 2. We'll ROR you on counts 3 and 4, and I'll actually reduce count 5 to $100. And then you do have the Public Defender's Office appointed to represent you.
Thank you.
Your Honor, will you repeat those amounts again?
Do the bonds again?
Yes, please, I'm sorry.
Yeah. So I gave him 1,000 on count 1, 2,500 on count 2, ROR on count 3, ROR on count 4, and 100 on count 5.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Good luck, sir. Thank you. Next I have Denver Lamar Kirkland.
Yes, ma'am, good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Kirkland. You are here on case number 2023 CF 1609AO.
Yes, ma'am.
I did review the charging affidavit. I am finding there's probable cause. I'll appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you.
Ma'am.
Thoughts about him being out on bond? I got the impression that the state had filed. I can't remember if I looked.
I believe, I will double check. I believe so.
Given that it's a nonviolent offense, Your Honor, I would just ask that you maybe consider doubling the new law violation as opposed to revoking his out on bond and holding him at no bond.
Yeah, it appears that he has been arraigned on the other case. He was arraigned on February 2nd for the 22 CF 10386 case. So state has no objection to that.
Okay. So, Mr. Kirkland, what I'll do is I will take no action on the case that you're currently out on bond for.
Yes, ma'am.
But in regards to the possession of cocaine on this new law violation, I am gonna double it to $2,000. And also warn you that if you keep getting picked up on new law violations, at some point, we're just gonna keep you in the jail with no bond at all.
Yes, ma'am.
Good luck, sir. Thank you. Tanya Lynn Lewis?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Good afternoon, Ms. Lewis. You're here on case number 2023 CF 1561AO. This is a criminal mischief charge. I did review the charging affidavit. I can go ahead and appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. And then, I will go ahead and stay the bond at $1,000, okay?
Well, I said that I would represent myself. But
Oh, you want to represent yourself?
yes, I'm ready to go, I'm ready to go, I'm ready to leave. Now.
Your Honor, I'm gonna ask that we be appointed. If you look at the phase sheet, she has a history of mental health.
No,
No,
Well,
you know,
Ms.
it's
Lewis-
not, has nothing to do with the narrative and, you know, which typed here. I read the narrative. And, you know, I was I'm sitting on the sidewalk here at East.
Oh, Miss Lewis, let's not talk about the facts of the case,
You
because
don't
I'm
want
not
me
the,
talking about the facts? Well,
No,
no,
'cause-
this is all new to me, so.
no, I understand, but I'm not the trial judge. All I'm here is to determine if you can get out on bond, which you
Oh,
can, and I gave you.
$3,000 here,
Yep,
$1,000 bond.
yep, so you're all set.
So, which means what?
You can get out with $1,000 bond.
So I have to pay,
Either $1,000.
Mm-hmm, with the bail bondsman.
I have to pay $100 to.
Yep.
To a bond. Oh, I see. That's it?
Yep, that's it.
All right, thank you very much.
Okay, good luck. Jorge Ortiz.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Ortiz, you're here on 2023 CF 1574AO. I did review the charging affidavit in this case. I do find that there's probable cause. I'll go ahead and appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. I am going to stay the bond at $1,000 on count 1, $5,000 on count 2. I'll drop count 3 to $1,000 and count 4 to $1,000. I am gonna order that you not have any contact with the alleged victim in this case. Okay, good luck to you, sir. Thank you.
The next person's approaching, Your Honor.
Okay.
I had already said that. Yeah, I had already seen that. Mm-hmm.
Hey. Good afternoon, sir. And can you tell me your name?
First name, Steve Narayan. Last name, Pitamber.
Okay. Mr. Tamber, you are here on case number 2023 CF 1608AO. I am finding that there's probable cause. I'll go ahead and appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. He's not qualifying because of the tie stakes. Because he wasn't able to answer questions the way you guys wanted.
I believe so, yeah, yes. They weren't able to verify information.
Sir, were you here on vacation?
Huh?
Are you here on vacation, business,
Work.
work? Okay. And you live in New York?
Yeah.
In Queens?
Engineer.
He doesn't have any criminal history.
Oh, he didn't tell us he lived in New York. He stated he gave us an Orlando address.
That may be just because that's where he's staying. And how long are you here for work?
What happened? One of my family members passed away from my sister, her husband. She had 3 kids, so that's why I came down and stayed for a period of time. So I've been here like about 2 years at least.
Okay. Do you still pay taxes in New York?
Yes.
Okay. I'll do it. Unless the state has an objection, I'll go ahead and release him on an ROR.
The state has no objection.
So, sir, just do me a favor, the ROR, if you violate the condition of ROR, like, and you don't show up to court, they'll automatically issue a $2,000 bond, which is far more than I would have made you post to get out. So I would just make sure as soon as you get out of here that you contact the Public Defender's Office. That way, if you go back to New York or if you stay here, wherever you are, they can always follow up with you and go to court on your behalf. Only way they can do that, though, is if they have good contact with you.
All right.
Okay? Okay. Good luck, sir. Thank you. Andy Pizarro.
How you doing, man?
I'm good, sir. Mr. Pizarro, you are here on case number 2023 CF 247AO. This was a warrant that was signed by Judge Munyon. Let me ask you a question. Were you wanting to have the Public Defender's Office appointed to represent you, or are you gonna try to hire your own attorney?
Oh, defender. Because, can I say something?
I would
No, no, no,
recommend.
I'm just trying to get the public defender
Defender.
part. So on the public defender, they're saying that, that you get paid every 2 weeks at work, is that correct?
Yes, but I could hire one. Yeah, I could do that too.
Well, it's just saying that you maybe make too much money. So
Yes,
my
yes,
next
yes, yes,
question
yes, yes.
was,
You're right.
okay, so is that normally you get to bring home that amount of money every
Yes.
2 weeks?
Every 2 weeks, ma'am.
Okay, so then, yeah, you're not gonna qualify.
Okay,
So do you
that's
think you
fine.
can hire your own attorney?
Yes, I could do that.
Okay.
I could do that.
So you're entitled to a bond. I will go ahead and give you a bond. It's gonna be $1,000. And then just remember when you get out of jail to make sure that you re-register, okay?
Yes, sir, but let me tell you, can I tell you something?
I would.
No, I wouldn't do that, only because I don't really have anything to do with your trial case. Talk to your attorney and let them know what's going on.
So it's $1,000 without the 10%?
It's $1,000 if you want to pay it in full. If you want to pay it, to a bondsman, you could pay part of it.
Bondsman, yeah, bondsman.
Yeah, then you only have to
Okay.
pay part of that.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Uh-huh,
Appreciate.
you're welcome. Who bonded? What happened to Nagali Sexton? Maybe he bonded too?
What's the booking number, Your Honor?
The booking number is 22024558.
That's the booking number? You said 22.
I have 22024558.
Nagal Sexton?
Yes.
And it's the trafficking charge? He was
Yes.
scheduled for tomorrow. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So I didn't have that.
Not sure why, but we'll just bring him back tomorrow then. Okay. And then you said Carmen Torres bonded. And then that moves me to Wilkins Duran.
Bonded also.
Okay. Traffic. How about James Cornelius Drake? Okay. Mr. Drake, you are here on case number 2021 CT 5568AO. This is a capias for failing to appear for a status hearing. That's in Division 84. They did set your bond at $1,000. I'll appoint the Public Defender's Office if they weren't previously appointed. And then you have another case, which is 2021 CT 5569AO. Another failure to appear on a no motor vehicle registration. That bond is at $1,000. And again, I'll give you the PD if they weren't previously appointed.
I just want to say one thing, Your Honor.
Don't talk about the failure to appear.
On these matters, I came in, I wasn't arrested. I came in from Atlanta. I turned myself in on these charges over a week. In another county for these particular cases. I was wondering, would the state be willing to resolve this, or could I get on for this?
This is Judge Allen's cases, and so she's the one that sets the bonds. Your attorney would have to get you back in front of her to determine that. I can't make that decision, only she can.
Your Honor, thank you.
Okay, thank you. Angela Marie Franklin?
Your Honor.
Nelson Perez? Okay, good afternoon, Mr. Perez. You are here on case number 23 CT 817. This is a leaving the scene charge. Are you having a hard time making the $500 bond? yeah? Okay, I'll drop it down to $250. Yes, ma'am?
The state would be asking for a condition that he remain within the jurisdiction. When he's out on bond, I see that he is from Puerto Rico, and I would hate for him to leave and get in trouble for that. So we would just ask that he remain in
You
Florida.
live here?
Okay,
Said he lives here, so it's not gonna, he said he lives here.
okay, okay.
An issue.
So I'll go ahead and appoint the Public Defender's Office. I'll reduce the bond to $250, and he's all set.
That's why I said. no.
So what do I do now?
So if you get a protocol, no, you gotta pay a bond. If you cannot afford it, call me. So then you're good. Yep, you're good.
I'm gonna assume that this is Mr. Santos?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Mr. Santos, give me 1 second. PTD, okay. So, Mr. Santos, okay, let's look at it this way. You have this charge that came in, which is the 2023 CT 818 AO. It's a driving while license suspended or revoked. And then because you're technically out on bond in 2019 CF 5234 AO, that's why they're holding you. Now, because you're in PTD, what I'm guessing is they may or they may not kick you out of pretrial diversion. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. This is gonna remain in my division, Division 83. So Ms. Green's gonna end up being your attorney. Do you know what you need to do to try to get your driver's license?
It was already, I paid my fines the same morning. I paid $1,080. She told me that it was gonna take a business day for it to clear in the system. So with my luck, it was just, it should be cleared by Monday.
Okay,
All I have to do is pay my reinstatement fee.
okay.
I don't normally drive like that at all. I own a business.
Stop.
So don't say anything. What I'm gonna tell you though is, and this is what I've seen happen, that the state will do, especially with it just being a driving charge, if you show up at your arraignment with the valid driver's license, they'll dismiss the charge against you. And then, your attorney in the felony charge can go back to the state attorney's office and say, oh, that was just a little blip, put him back in PTD, and a lot of times they'll let you do that. Okay, so I'll go ahead, I'll take no action on the case that you're out on bond. I'll keep the bond set at $500 on the driving while license suspended or revoked. And when you get out of jail, it's gonna give you an arraignment date. Make sure you bring your valid driver's license to that arraignment, and we can try to see if we can resolve it then.
So much, I appreciate you.
Is there a case number for this? I was gonna put in ASA notes.
Yeah, which case, the new law?
Yes, the driving while license suspended.
That case number is 2023 CT 818 AO.
Thank you, and I will,
That'll be Mr. Howard's case.
okay, perfect, thanks.
Okay,
Leave him a note.
okay, thank you. Actually, I don't know, they keep switching my states around. It could be somebody else, sorry. Hi, are you Mr. Wilson?
Yes, ma'am, I am.
Okay. Mr. Wilson, you are here on case number 2022 CT 4280AO. This is a failure to appear in Division 81. They did set the bond in the amount of $5,000. I will appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you if they were not previously appointed. Okay, good luck to you, sir. Thank you. Uh, Okay.
I will waive, Your Honor.
Do you want me to have her, it's a trespass. Do you want to see if
She's-
she'll resolve it tomorrow?
It looks like she has a Brevard case where she's been deemed incompetent to proceed.
Oh, so that's not gonna help. Okay. So I'll go ahead in, Ms. Barkley's case, 2023 MM42AA. I'll stay the bond at $250. Order that she not return to that location, and I'll appoint the public defender's office. Oh, the bond's 500, sorry. Antonio Lamar Bell. Mr. Bell, you're here on case number 2023 MM79380. It is a charge of resisting.
I believe the offer from the state is an adjudication, credit time served, and court costs. Mr. Bell would like to accept and enter a plea of no contest.
Okay. Mr. Bell, I'm being handed your plea form that you had signed off on. Did you have any questions, thank you, about any of the rights that are on the form?
No.
And she says you're entering a plea of no contest. Did anybody force you or threaten you to do that today? And do you understand if you're not a U.S. citizen, entering into a plea could subject you to deportation?
Yes, ma'am.
So I'll go ahead and accept your plea. I'll adjudicate you guilty. I'll give you credit for the 2 days that you've served previously in the Orange County Jail. I'll release you from this charge and this charge only. There are court costs, but I'll go ahead and give you a year to pay those court costs back. Do you have any questions?
No, ma'am.
Okay, you're all set. If you head through the doorway, they'll hopefully release you shortly. Thank you. McQuamby Brown?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, Mr. Brown, good morning, good afternoon. You're here on 2023 MM80880. It's also a resisting charge. Were we gonna resolve this one?
Yes, Your Honor. The offer is a withhold of adjudication, credit time served, and court costs. Mr. Brown would like to accept and enter a plea of no contest.
Mr. Brown, I do have the plea form, or it's coming up to me that you signed. Any questions about any of the rights that are on the form?
No, ma'am.
And she says you're gonna enter a plea of no contest. Did anybody force you or threaten you to do that today?
No, Your Honor.
And sir, you understand if you're not a U.S. citizen, entering into a plea today could subject you to deportation.
Yes.
Okay. Sir, I will go ahead and accept your plea. I will withhold adjudication. I'll sentence you to 1 day in the Orange County Jail with credit for the 1 day that you served previously. I'll release you from this charge and this charge only. There are court costs, and I'll give you a year to pay that back. Okay? Good luck to you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
David Dawson?
Mental health, Your Honor.
Mental health?
I will waive, there was no offer.
It's a battery, though, right? So you just want to waive it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. So 2023 MM79880, I will go ahead and appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent Mr. Dawson. I'll stay the bonds at 150 on count 1, 500 on count 2, in order that he not return and have no contact with the victim. Johnson? Is that you, sir? How do you say your first name?
Saldina.
Okay, thank you. And sir, you're here on 2023 MM79680. It's a trespass and a resisting. Were we gonna try to resolve this one?
Your Honor, the state didn't give an offer on this one based off of the charging affidavit. I do see that they stated he was resisting.
It was a conveyance, not a, they charged him with trespassing the vehicle.
Yeah, he can be ROR'd. He also doesn't have any criminal history, so I'd hate to resolve it and give him a record when he is likely eligible for pretrial diversion.
Okay. So, Mr. Johnson, what they're gonna do is, we'll ROR you as to both counts. Just do me a big favor. I am getting you the Public Defender's Office. Make sure you contact them. That way, if you miss a court date, the judge is gonna enter, an order that revokes the ROR, and automatically it goes up to $2,000 onto each case, so that's $4,000. I never would have given you a bond that high. So just make sure you stay in contact with your attorney, and then that way, they can waive your appearances, and you only have to come to court when you're absolutely needed. Okay? You have any questions?
That's it.
Okay, good luck, sir. Thank you.
Stay out of trouble, please.
Your Honor, Kenneth Miller refused.
Can we try and reset for tomorrow? There is an offer, Your Honor.
Yep, I'll reset Mr. Miller. Wasim Safadi.
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Safadi's here on a petty theft.
Oh, wait. No, this is Ronald, Your Honor. A trespass.
Siska?
I had a Wasim Safadi.
What's the booking number, Your Honor?
The inmate number is 230-03065.
He bonded.
He bonded, thank you.
No return.
So, this is Mr. Siska?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Mr. Siska's here on case number 2023 thank you, 76AW. And Mr. Siska, I received the plea form that you signed. Did you have any questions about any of the rights on the form? Okay, and she says you're gonna enter a plea of no contest. Did anybody force you or threaten you to enter that plea today? No?
No, Your Honor.
And do you understand if you're not a US citizen, entering a plea today could subject you to deportation?
No.
Okay. So I'll accept the plea. I'll adjudicate you guilty. I'll give you, sentence you to 2 days in the Orange County Jail with credit for the 2 days you've served previously. I'll release you from this charge and this charge only. There's court cost as well as a no return order to 13501 West Colonial Drive. Those court costs, I'll give you a year to pay back. Okay, good luck to you, sir. Thank you. Raven Tillman?
Your Honor, Tillman bonded.
Yep, they're gonna release you.
How about Donald Bukowski?
Hello.
Good afternoon, sir. You're here on 2023 MM799AO. It's a charge of trespass. Are we gonna try to resolve this one?
Yes, Your Honor. State, do you have the, I don't have the, address of this one.
Just a second. It is the Circle K at 808 North Chickasaw Trail.
That's cool.
And Your Honor, the offer from the state is a withhold of adjudication, credit time served, and no return to 808 North Chickasaw.
Okay, sir, so I do have the plea form that you signed. Any questions about the rights on the form?
No.
And she's saying that you would like to enter a plea of no contest. Has anyone forced you or threatened you to do that here today?
No, ma'am.
And you understand if you're not a US citizen, entering into a plea could subject you to deportation.
Correct.
So I'll accept your plea. I will withhold adjudication. I'll sentence you to 2 days in the Orange County Jail with credit for the 2 days you've served previously. I'll release you from this charge and this charge only. There are court costs. I'll give you a year to pay that back, and I'll also order that you not return to that location at 808 North Chickasaw Trail. Okay, good luck to you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, good afternoon. You are Michael Bruno.
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Bruno, you're here on a warrant out of Polk County.
Yes, ma'am.
Bond has been set at none. Polk County sometimes comes and picks you up in about 24 hours, so hopefully they will. Okay.
Hopefully.
Okay, good luck to you, sir. Thank you.
Hines is a refusal.
Refusal? Okay, so I'll go ahead on Mr. Hines. He's here on an out-of-county warrant for a violation of probation out of Palm Beach County. He does have a Oh, I apologize. His bond is set at none. I was looking at the criminal mischief amount. So the bond's set at none, and Palm Beach County will come and pick him up. Demetrius Jackson? Okay, Mr. Jackson, you're here on a warrant that is from Seminole County in reference to a violation of probation. This bond has been set at none, and hopefully they will come and pick you up very shortly, okay? Good luck to you, sir. Thank you. Christopher Petit Ferrer? Okay, and sir, you're here on a warrant out of Palm Beach County. They have set the bond at none, and they will come and get you in about 72 hours. Okay, good luck to you, sir. Thank you. The next case I have is Joshua Cooks.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Mr. Cooks, you're here on a couple cases. So I have a 2023 CT 819. That is a no valid driver's license charge. I'll keep the bond set at 500. I'll appoint the public defender's office to represent you. There is also, this is a violation of probation out of 2021 CF 13280. That bond has been set at none. And I think there's just 2 copies of that, okay? And I'll appoint the public defender's office to represent. They are different.
She's not done yet.
I don't know why they did that. They filed the VOP twice.
ROR one? Yes or no?
Yeah, I mean, he's no bond on the other one, so.
We just asked that you ROR that one, Your Honor, since it's double duplicate.
I do see it has the same case number. The only difference I see is the listed co-defendants, but they listed him as his own co-defendant.
Okay, so on one of the cases, I'll just put ROR. Obviously, we can't hold you no bond on 2 cases that arise out of the same one. So good luck to you, sir. I'll appoint the public defender's office, and they'll get you a bond hearing, okay? Thank you. Andrew Ford? Okay, Mr. Ford, you are here. I have a 2023 CF 1617. This is an arrest warrant that was signed by Judge Strobridge. She did set your bond at $2,500. This is a little old school. It has no drugs or alcohol, and that you have a curfew from 8 p.m. to 6 a.m. That's different. That being said, you do have the violation of probation. That's arising out of you being on probation in your Orange County case, which is 2021 CF 16020AO. That bond's been set at none, and I'll appoint the public defender's office to represent you.
Yeah.
I next have Crystal Nicole Johnson. Is that you? Okay. And Ms. Johnson, you're here on 2021 CF 13106AO. This is a violation of probation. Judge Wooten set your bond at none. I'll go ahead and appoint the public defender's office unless you're hiring your own attorney. Did you want the PD?
She said yes, ma'am.
Okay, then yep, we'll do that. Good luck, thank you. And then the very last case I have is Daniel Gainey. Mr. Gainey, you're here on 23 MO 183. It is an open container, or alcoholic beverage open container. Were we gonna resolve this today?
Yes, Your Honor. The offer is credit time served.
Is it a withhold, adjudicate, or probably adjudicate?
Yes, we can withhold. as long as he stops drinking on the sidewalk.
Mr. Gaines would like to accept an plea of no contest, Your Honor.
Okay. Okay, so Mr. Gainey, I'm being, given the plea form that you had signed. Did you have any questions about any of the rights that are on the form?
No, ma'am.
And she's indicated you're entering a plea of no contest. Did anyone force you or threaten you to enter that plea today?
No, ma'am.
And do you understand if you're not a U.S. citizen, entering into a plea could subject you to deportation? Okay. So I will go ahead and accept your plea. I will withhold adjudication, sentencing you to 2 days in the Orange County Jail with credit for the 2 days you previously served. I'll release you from this charge and this charge only. There are court costs, but I'll go ahead and give you a year to pay that back. Okay? Good luck to you, sir. Thank you. That was everything I have. Please tell me you don't have anything else.
I don't have anything.
Okay, we'll be adjourned until tomorrow morning.